Hello everyone, welcome on in. We have me, we have well, the game is not making sound right now. Yes, there we go. We have the game as well. Welcome on in. It's Thursday and I'm live. It's been a few months, I think, but I've been installing mods and therefore I've been itching to play, and I don't want to wait until Sunday. So here I am. On was it Monday, Tuesday? I guess over the course of 2 days, we talked about it before actually, and I should probably show you my display. We talked before about doing an old install, like maybe an MGSO install, that sort of vibe with the mods that we used to love, or at least were quite popular back in the days, but wouldn't play anymore nowadays because nowadays we're a lot more purist in terms of visual, in terms of content as well, and so we don't like a mod like Better Heads. I would not play Better Heads. I would not play without Better Heads back in the days. There was that, or maybe Faces of Vardenfell. But anyway, they were all the same head meshes and textures. Different compilations were done, but they were all the same, right? But looking at them today, you sort of go, ooh. Ooh. I don't know, tell me, Better Heads, did you play with it? Did you play with it for a long time? Would you use it again? Do you remember it? We'll see how it is. What I want to show you... No, I can't. I can't even show you Mod Organizer or Rymash because for this install, I decided to do it old school. So I did a manual install. Which is great. That was neat. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have Rymash. I did not install the mods with Rymash, but let's go. I can give you a look. 2000 Rymash. Like, even if you don't use Rymash as an installer, you still need it to clean your save game at the very least, and it's so neat that it has test 3 common right there, so you can merge your level list like that, you can clean the mods like that. So originally I was like, yeah, let's do maybe 50 mods. I have less than 200 plugins. Now, if you know me at all, this is a tiny mod list. So we'll see. You'll see what I have. Like, reading here is not very pleasant, and it's a lot better to go. Does mod like wow? Ow! By the way, the UI do your eyes go ooh like that a little bit? It was either this one or the red Oblivion UI. You see the one? I couldn't. I never could. The red Oblivion, Admirable Restraint, yes. 4 and 4. You say, I used Betterhead, but mostly because I couldn't find a better replacer. It was the go-to mod, honestly. It really was. It was. It's just the way it is. How'd you like my UI? Did you? I see still nowadays people, either because they're sharing screenshots or posting a mod with screenshots, and they have, let me see if I can find it. They have the, you know the one? The dark Oblivion UI? Is it called dark UI? No, it's not. The dark UI Redux. Got it. Remember that? I don't think it's that old actually. There. The splash are nice, nice enough. Obviously, it's based on the mod. It's isn't it nuts that we get mods inspired by mods from another game? Not inspired by the other game, but inspired by mods from the other game. But this one, I could never use it. I do like the frame, but the darker. I think it's the fact that it's so solid that never worked for me. So I don't know. did I pick the lesser of two evil? You tell me. And I'll be honest with you. I've actually modified that a little bit. Normally, the whole thing is that full parchment sort of thing. Uh-oh. Latte! He managed to get himself behind the furniture, amongst the cable. That doesn't look... Yeah? You're just chilling there, yeah? No chewing. Okay. Alright. He said he's not chewing. So yeah, it was that very solid color everywhere. And I have actually tweaked the texture to give it a 50% opacity. So yeah, that's just the way it is. We'll discover the mods as we go along. I don't want to make a retrospective of 200 mods. It's just not going to be fun. If you think you spot a mod that you recognize, just you know, go ahead and shout, and then type it in the chat. Let's go make a new character. I got nothing. I don't have a character in mind at all. Did you recognize that? It was a Darknut. Splash screens by Darknut. I think there's just 3 of them. Was it? No. That's not Darknuts. Crap. Too many mods. Too many mods. Too many modders. Can't remember. You ready for a shock? Just brace yourselves. Sit down. Make sure you're, you know, stabilizing everything. What do we think of Geoub? What happened to Geoub? 2 mods. 2 mods did that to Geoub. Any idea which ones? It's like it's a quiz. It's a pop quiz from early 2000. Oh wow, right? Now, I don't know when is the last time you took a look at vanilla, but you know that those disgusting seams of the body with the different body parts, you get that in vanilla too. So yeah, because we talked about it. The body is what came before better bodies. It was called smoother bodies. Honestly, I mean, that sort of rounded shoulder is sort of weird. I think the female body is not bad. Like if you want something closer to vanilla, you don't want the super curvy better bodies, it's not bad. And then of course the head is from Better Heads, Geob's face, and obviously the textures are just not the same. So it's a lot better when NPCs have their shirt on. That's just the way it is. No, I couldn't. You know what? Originally I was like, did I do something with my... Yeah. Originally I was like, yeah, we're gonna do like a proper old install, right? But then I was like, but why? Why would I have something that I know is clunky and heavy on the scripts when I can install a newer Lua version of it? Why would I go for a resolution that's going to look weird, especially if I'm streaming? I'm going to have to add something here and something there. Anyway. So I got the mods, but I didn't go all the way. I was a coward. That's the truth. I was a coward. This one? Anyone remembers that? Which mods tell you to talk to Mandamus? Hint, it's originally a French mod that was then translated. I got that coffee, and it's an espresso, but it's got a little bit of tiramisu flavor. The taste is not extra sweet. It's not like you put syrup in your coffee and then it's super sweet. So the taste is not extra sweet, which I'm not used to anymore. But I got the smell and it's just, it's breakfast. That is anyone? Like I don't want to wait for forever. Oof. It is the romance mod. And I did install the good old quick car. I was this close to installing Merlord's car gen mod, but I was like, okay, quick car actually does the job very well. So if you're looking for a mod that lets you skip the car gen or lets you do it, that's the one you want. See, the chest looks a bit better. It's the shoulders that and the seams that are, yeah. Well, we'll be denied because we don't have an idea. Races. I'll be honest, I don't remember which mod adds the Draken. I don't know. It's there, but I don't know which mod. Hey, Daddy Dagothor, welcome back. I don't know which mod adds this race. A tribal species as racially diverse as both human and elves, their presence on the Winter Island is unexplained. On the Winter Island? That sounds like Skyrim. It's on an island, mind you. Why is it? Is really Vattenfell called the Winter Island? I don't know my lore. But I don't think I've ever heard it called the Winter Island. You guys tell me if I'm just, uneducated. Possible. Revisiting an ancient mod list. Kinda. I've installed mostly old mods. However, I've allowed myself a fair number of new Lua mods because they're really convenient, or because playing without them I felt like I was cheating. Like one of those mods is equipment requirements by Remiros. I think this mod alone balances the game like that. There's so many mods that actually, exactly, Luz, I don't want to rage about the clunkiness of things. Like, why? Equipment requirements is a mod that is going to say, before you can use this Daedric cuirass that you just found, you need to have a heavy skill of 70 or something. Meaning that even if you know where to find those sweet items, I don't know, you worked out a way to steal glass armor, or you know where to find an ebony short sword, all of these, like, you know where to get them at level 1 without too much effort. If you don't have the skill, you can't use them. So that way, for me, it prevents me from cheesing the game and just using my knowledge of it to become OP very quickly. And then the other mod that I would recommend with that, I don't think Seth has published it, actually. That was a request. I'll ask him if he wants to publish it. It's a mod, basically, you can say any item that has a value greater than 30,000 septims cannot be sold. Like, it doesn't appear in my trading window. What that means is, first of all, Daedric items are supposed to be so crazy rare, you're not supposed to sell them. So there it is. Like, why would you sell a unique, priceless artifact to Ariel? No. So I like that. Also, it comes as a sort of a safety net for mods that are not completely balanced, that are a little generous with the loot or the reward. That happened a lot. But still, hey, Sekor, you're at work. Not sure I'll be here long. Hi. Thank you for stopping by, even though you're at work. So it's called Barter Restriction. I'll ask if he wants to share it, because I have it and it's great. So there it is. We need a race. Guys, you ready? You remember that? Oh my goodness. Now, I don't want to play as a mug because no, even for fun, I wouldn't enjoy that very long. But I did install a mug companion mod, so we can have a mug for a little bit if we feel like it. I feel this is so quintessential of the early modding and the crazy shit we would do. So there it is. I want to play as one. Race-wise, it's not so much that I've added the races separately, but I have Saber Girls, Way of the Talon, which is a massive, massive quest mod that has a shit ton of lore related to those races. And so the races are there. I don't think I want to play as one, though. But we have the option to pick up that quest if we want it. Preference on the race, anyone? Maybe a Breton, we can be pretty. A dark elf, we can be a local. Let's be a dark elf. That face, I feel, was so popular that you have it for the dark elf, the wood elf, maybe the Breton as well. This is the face. Dark. Oh, I'm going with dark elf. Sorry, Daddy Daggerthor. I remember that. There she is again. Basically, you would recognize a couple of meshes, and then they would have a ton of different textures. This is pretty neat, though. I like that one. It's always the same. If we wanted to go for a sort of dark, evil character, that would be really, really neat. Thank you so much for the follow. I am not seeing the announcement in the chat, so I can't see your name, but thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. If you say hi in the chat, then I'll know who you are. That will work. Yeah, right? That face is so iconic. This one I think would work great for a necromancer, but this is an old mod list, so we don't have necrocraft. That was published just yesterday. We even have a few. It's funny. This is the old version. You see the wrinkle of the same face. Now, these are the Tamriel rebuilt faces. Oh, I totally need to check out, crap, I don't remember his name. I'm sorry if I can't remember your name. I'll look it up. There we go. That's how you learn. And I keep telling my students, if you don't remember, look it up. You'll remember it next time. Maybe. Much less. Who just published yesterday, I think. He's been working on redoing Wesley's faces, and maybe I could grab a few screenshots. This is a Tamriel rebuild face, and no, not the hair, just the face, I think. Maybe the hair as well. And he's been making them a little prettier. So it's essentially a hybrid. Shiny people, that was a bug, it's fixed. Essentially a hybrid, give me screenshots, of Wesley's faces and also Tamriel rebuilt faces. Well, he's been super busy, right? And so I'm looking forward to that because the Tamriel rebuilt faces, they want to stay close to vanilla, which I totally respect, but at the same time, vanilla faces I can't anymore. But they have some really interesting ones, like really cool. I'm a little surprised that the gold bits are so shiny, so yellow for a face that wants to be vanilla, and you know, vanilla colors are a bit washed out. I feel that the gold part of those faces really, really jumps at me. But We're not gonna go for that because that's not, you know, 2000. Joseph, hello. The modding tutorials you put on YouTube help me. Oh, that makes me so happy. Like it's my personal pride and joy to know that some people are modding the game, and I had something to do with it. I like that. You can't enjoy the vanilla faces anymore. Just tired of them. Too unattractive. I'm used to Wesley's faces. Like I know that Wesley's faces are too pretty. They're too pretty for the game. I completely accept that. They are not weird and alien like vanilla ones. At the same time, vanilla ones are not pretty enough for me. Like I'm a vanity player. I like my character to. This is nice. Actually, this is what Wesley used as a base. They look quite. Oh, this one is pretty. She's got nice eyes. But it's not 2000. We're gonna have to go for the face. That should be coming back quite soon. And I like the one with the little, bloodstone. Come on. Maybe going through the Dunmer where we have the most number of faces. I think we're back. There it is. There it is. Oh, do we want this one? Yeah. That's a 2000 face. I'm just completely spoiled. I want the pretty. I want the pretty. Even though it's not like, especially with the later games such as Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online, where the elves have those ridges that are a lot more pronounced. I'm okay going with pretty instead. We want hair. I can't. I remember that, but I can't. I used to really like this one. There's the one with the super big ponytail. I'm sure we will see it. Don't make me lie. This is not bad, actually. With the little details of a little curly lock of hair. Classic face. Oh my god, super classic hair. Oh yes, I liked that one as well. Also because of the extra little bits dangling on the side, but not brown. No, keep my face. Not brown. There it is. No, this is the medium ponytail. There's a better one, as in bigger. Yes, I like that. We'll probably go back to this one. I think it's cute, like the pixie hair with the pixie face. I think it just goes together. But let's see what else. Better hair. In that case, it's better heads that also had hair styles. Yeah, we've seen that one a lot. Ooh, with the flower. Do they have, there was a whole bit with, this is Tamriel Rebuilt. Again, really like some of really like some of the hair from Tamriel Rebuilt. Really like. I just wish it was more, HD. Just that. So not so vanilla, like, which is a strength of Tamriel Rebuilt. Like they look good. That looks pretty good as well. So let's skip the Tamriel, then we're back. I got a feeling it's a lot of the same, like different colors. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. This is from Ren's hair. Either I have a mod that includes them, or they were part of better heads. Yes, I actually installed the HD pack, but it lacks detail, I guess. Maybe we've gone all the way around. I didn't see the big ass ponytail. Yeah, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's a lot of the same. Come on. Back to Tamriel Rebuilt. Where was the one I liked? Black short hair. I feel like, you know, when you're playing Baldur's Gate and you want to re-roll to get your stat. El Gato, welcome on in. From Argentina. Oh, nice. Basically on the other side of the world. Here it is. That's the one I wanted. By the way, in case you were wondering, there it is. Yeah. Life is so hard, so exhausting early in the morning. He's already, you know, ran, chased shadows, tail, and all that. Alright, this is us. This is us. I think if I'm gonna do reroll right, easy. Oh my goodness, how many times it's like click, 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 like, oh, damn it, it was a 94. And you go, okay, all right, okay, I got it once, I can get it again, right? And then you store a 90 because you go, hey, that's still pretty good. And then you settle down for a 91 because you don't have the patience to do it again. Varney, welcome on in. Class. You know, when we play, especially permadeath, I only ever use some classes that are already created, a lot of them from mods. Now exclusively my mod, but still inspired from many other mods. So, but back in the days, I would always create a custom class. By the way, are you getting used to the UI yet? No? Maybe? Okay. We're a dumber. So we want, oh, we are good with destruction, right? As a dumber. That's not a cat, it's my breakfast. What, you mean my cat? Latte? I mean, literally, I have a latte for breakfast and my cat is named Latte, so I guess me too. In a weird way. Now, the sort of class I like to play was something of a jack of all trade, like a self-reliant character. So I would want to have a good way to heal myself. Yeah, the color of the font that is selected is not good. Oh well. Let's do short blade or long blade. I don't remember what the... Yeah, we have +5 in long blade, so maybe we oh, but 10 short blade. Good. So we'll go short blade, like light armor and maybe a little bit of destruction, and then we'll fill in the gaps with other things. So our main weapon is going to be short blade. I'm thinking we should have block, because that will give us, our block is agility. I was hoping it would be strength. We'll see how it goes. Oh, leveling up mod. The UI. The UI I can show you. Actually, it's not on, where are we? It's not this one, which was an Oblivion inspired UI. It's another one, and I believe it's on the Morrowind modding history. Is it Oblivion? Let's go with Oblivion UI. No. Alright, let's just go with Oblivion. And sort by category. It's not an armor. It's not a model or texture. Maybe it's down with the splash pack. That's how I found it. Oblivion font, Oblivion menu. That's not the one. Oblivion style homes, that's not the one. Daedric portal, Forces of Oblivion, Misty Oblivion splash. Maybe that's something I should have. I don't think it's Oblivion game menu. Yeah, no, that's not what we want. I found it there somehow. The faces, that's Dark Redux Morrowind. That is the one we just saw on the Nexus. Septim, Tapestries, Oblivion Hair, Sword of Oblivion, Apostate of Oblivion. Atropos. Sounds like something super classic. Obviously, you know, there's so many mods on the Morrowind modding history, you can't just browse all of them. I mean, unless you have no life. I think I found it when I was looking at Splash Pack. And then we make a search for Oblivion. Oblivion style interface. There we go. I was in model and textures. That's the one. I can plop the link for you in the chat. So that's the UI I've got going on. However, the mod originally, everything is this solid. But I went on and edited that so that it looks a bit better. Like, it was too solid for me. I didn't like it at all. So I added some opacity to some of the textures. All right, so we continue with our class. We want some restoration. I will put destruction as a minor. Honestly, in terms of magic, for a sort of self-reliant jack-of-all-trade character, that's what I used to play. And it's so funny that I used to go for a character that could fight, could steal, could do some magic. Like, I wanted to go for like a jack-of-all-trade, literally. Self-reliant, can do anything, ready for anything. And nowadays I'm going completely in the other direction, where I want to think of a very highly specialized character that is only going to do, you know, say Fighters Guild and Imperial Legion, and not even bother with magic at all. So let's go for that I want to be everything sort of thing. I also like to have some security. Let's put that as a minor maybe. So we can learn how to pickpocket things. I like athletics and acrobatics. I usually used to put them as a minor because it's not a skill that you use, just a skill that progresses as you go along. The same easy. We'll see if I can go back to that old way of playing. I had to stop going for my character can do everything sort of gameplay, because I would start the game, clean around Seydenine, go to Balmora, start doing, you know, Fighters Guild, Thieves Guild, Mages Guild quests. And then by then I would be bored because I was on autopilot, obviously. I would be completely bored. Hey! Morrowind, welcome on in. Lovely to, well, not see you, but hear you making your entrance, grand entrance. How you doing? Mods are needed to balance things around so one character can't... I mean, you know what, Easy? I wouldn't say, no, the game should prevent you, should block you and not let you do everything, because it's one of the things of the game. It lets you do anything. So if you choose to play that way, do it. But for me, I actually got bored with the game and I would restart and put new mods and do a new character and do the same quest, you know, say that in Balmora quest, and I was bored. I was really bored. Like, I wanted to play the game, but I was bored playing it. It's such a horrible feeling when it's your favorite game and you want to play it and you just don't enjoy it. And for me, what really saved me, two things. It was going for a highly specialized build, and when I started doing the Let's Play on YouTube, because all of a sudden you're sort of accountable to the people watching, even more so with the chat. Because if I say, you know what, I'm just going to toggle the God mod and COC and the quest will be done like that, you're gonna go, so I won't do that, even though I'm tempted because I forgot the key in my house somewhere. you know, one of those things that I often do. So for me, adding restrictions is how I make my game enjoyable again. Even though the freedom of the game is its number one feature that makes it so special and unique to a lot of people. You have to go to the office, Luz. Oh, just when we're, you know, we're still not playing the game. I got a feeling, you know, reminiscing about those old mods, there might be a lot more talking than playing. Huh. Who would have known? Me, World Record Holder, welcome on in. Lovely to see you again. Easy, it's boring when all characters are the same. Morrowind, exactly. Especially creating a class. I would end up doing the same thing, collecting the same item, wearing the same armor, everything and everything. Right, so we have that. What do we want? Oh, armor. We're going for light armor. I used to always go for light armor. I actually didn't see the point of heavy armor. Like you would get your suit of iron armor and you couldn't carry anything else. And I was like, no, I'd rather have a whole suit of chitin armor that, by the way, looks really better, and be able to hoard my loot when I go to the dungeons at the same time. So the heavy armor never appealed to me. And medium armor, well, let's face it, in the base game, what do you have for medium armor? You have a little bit of the Imperial, it's not even a complete set. Then you have Orcish all the way up. A Bone Mold, there we go. In the base game, is that all you have? Some Imperial, Bone Mold, and then Orcish. Right? What is the high end? And then later on, oh, Endurial. Yeah, but Endurial, you're not allowed to. Of course, wearing a full suit of Endurial armor and going to Vivek and having all those Ordinators 200% enraged at you and chasing you is fun. But for a little while, not for a game that you intend to keep on playing. But Endurial looks good. Endurial looks good. But medium armor was not tempting for me. I didn't think there was enough of it, I guess. And even with the mods, like so many mods add light armor. Usually it's light armor they go for. So yeah, light armor was what I would go for. Let's give ourselves a little bit of unarmored, so that, you know, because I won't want to wear a helmet unless it's a cool hat. We still have one spot. We can replace that heavy armor with something else. What is that something else? Oh, we need something for endurance. So it's heavy armor, medium armor, or spear. So medium armor. I went for light and heavy armor. The other for later. I see. So you started with light. That makes sense, because later on, when your strength is much higher, you can carry a lot more. So it's not like you can wear your armor or carry things. You can do both. So that makes sense. And then there's Daedric. Like later on, you find Daedric armor, and you're like, yeah, spear. I absolutely love the spear. But we went for short blade, and I would never do dual weapon. Like I would pick one main weapon skill and that's it. So I'm gonna go for that again. So I'm gonna put medium armor instead and change that. Ooh, a little bit of one of those. One of those. At least Blood Moon and Tribunal, exactly. I think that's why in the expansions, they made a point of adding the armor. Adamantium was added later on, absolutely. And then with Blood Moon, there's the ice. Ice is heavy. I don't know. I don't think I ever got a full set of ice armor. Either heavy or medium. Bear is medium. Yep. What is the last skill that we pick? Maybe stealth. No, stealth is not a skill. Sneak. So we fight with a dagger, we have a little shield, we're okay with light and medium armor, we can heal. I don't have alchemy. Funny thing, ice is medium. Thank you, Izzy. Even back in the day, I never cheesed the alchemy. I never did. And then later on, I put mods to make sure I would not cheese it, but I honestly never did. Maybe I don't need those mods. A little bit of destruction. Honestly, I put destruction because we're a dark elf, but I would really prefer mysticism so we can mark and recall. I think I'm gonna do mysticism because my character can do everything. Custom spells again. You see my jack of all trade character. Magic is a utility. It's because it lets me live. It's like it's quality of life improvement. So I never did. Oh yes, levitation. I guess we do not. We do not. Or what could I replace? I could not have block. Let's see, we have speed, agility, endurance, willpower, strength, speed, agility. We could not have block. How about that? But then I'm gonna switch alteration for sneak. So we're more like a lightly armored thief that uses magic as a tool, like it's a utility. Magic items or train alteration, yeah. We'll go with that. Oh. Jack of all trade. My name is Jack. Or my name is of all trade. Jack of all trades. I do a terrible gems ball. Terrible. Yeah, but the other thing is block, because you block automatically, it's something like it just improves over time. And we can pay for trading. Whereas sneak is really hard, like to naturally improve your sneak, it takes forever. Question. I'm gonna make a poll for that. I'm gonna make a poll. Let's get it out of the game. Whoops, there we go. A quick poll. I hope my question is not too long. My question is, did you ever use an object, a cup, a book, whatever, to keep the sneak key pressed so that you would train the skill and, you could go to the bathroom or make a cup of tea or something? I'm very curious about that. All you need to do to answer is exclamation mark yes or no. It's just like it says. You didn't? Oh crap, was it? Please don't tell me it was just me. I was so desperate to improve my sneak. Like I remember, like it was the control key, I believe, and I would put something like ready to fall on my keyboard to try and hold it. Oh no. See, and I'm like, well, I never used alchemy. I never cheesed the game. Ah, thank you. 4 and 4. Thank you. It's not just me. We are two in the world. All right, we have a character. Let's go back to it while you vote. Again, no brainer. I would go for the lover, or the lady, or the steed. Vanilla. So more no's than yes. Fair enough. Fair enough. Nowadays, you know, with MCP, I think the sneak key is just, it's a toggle on and off, so you don't have to keep holding it. So you don't have to do that. The steed, I don't remember the restore fatigue being part of it. There must be a mod that modifies it. Anyway, it's between the steed, the lover, and the lady. What say you? I think the lady, we don't really need personality. Endurance, we are going to need it, but those 25 points of endurance do not go towards our maximum health. So, how do we vote again? You type exclamation mark yes or exclamation mark no. It's that simple. If I remember to make another poll, you can try it again. Yeah. The lady was, but the 25 wouldn't count towards your starting health. So, so it's either agility, and if we're doing a sort of sneaky thief to paralyze on target, it's pretty good. That must be the hell of a kiss that you're like, whew, so tired after it. It does count when you level up, true. It does count. But I think I'm gonna go for the steed, because the speed, come on, the speed, not modded. And the restore fatigue is kind of nice. I don't know what mod gives me that, but here we go. This is us. And these are some nice stats. Look at that. We are fairly proficient with our short blade. We're good enough to sneak from the beginning. And if we want to pick up the long blade, we could. If we want to get some destruction and train that over time, we can as well. Not bad. Yeah, the steed is nice. Mostly it's quality of life. Like I don't want. Ooh, Murlord. I'm gonna test it now because I don't know if it works. Okay. All right. Two things that happened there. We have MCA. I did not install Friends and Foes, even though I very subjectively think that Friends and Foes is superior to MCA, only because I looked at MCA and I took the best bits from it. Okay, it's not like I did so much better. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. And I left out what I didn't like. That's it. But I have MCA, and the other config that we got is for a booze mod. It's a mod that, an MGE mod that should give me some effect when I've drunk too much. So what I'm gonna do, I'll talk to this guy. But I'm going to test it because I haven't tested this mod list at all, by the way, guys. So don't be you know, shocked if the game crashes there. You can see my UI with the very solid color there. I would tweak it again, honestly, but let's be strong. And I have installed Seth's mod because it's just so pretty, and the hotbar because so pretty. I'm gonna go and drink. Let's try that. I have the mod that prevents me from stealing things if I'm not sneaking. Hopefully that's enough alcohol to get something. Maybe that's not enough. Well, my willpower certainly took a hit. Maybe that's not working. Oh, that's a bummer. Let me try to find the... Too many things. The mod that I was hoping to try... What was it called? Was it called booze something? Bitter booze? No. But bitter booze? A mod by Fligety? I don't remember that. After a while. Oh, Way back. Oh wow, I'm downloading it. I don't even know what it does. The small mods created by a request. It makes so that if you mix booze with nectar of the bitter cup, the effect of booze becomes permanent. Why not? But that's not what I wanted. Oh, that's the one. Improved alcohol effect. I don't think so, my lord. And I don't think that's the case. Wow, why is it taking me straight to the Wayback Machine? When this is hosted on... That is weird. But okay. We have the description. Adds a few scripts that cause blurred vision, staggering, and blindness when drinking alcohol. The alcohol potion themselves unscripted, and they will start normally. The staggering is achieved by randomizing the movement control. I want to drink more. The link goes to Flickety. It doesn't go to Morrowind Modding History. It's not a site. It's Morrowind Modding History. And I downloaded it a couple of days ago, and it didn't make me go through the Wayback Machine. Alcoholics killed. Why not? Why not? Alright, let's go to Ariel, and I'm gonna get more booze, and because right now I'm walking normally, I think. Oh, textures. Any idea what texture pack that is with the super shiny silverware, which I'm taking? Oh, as you can see, even though it's a 2000 install, I put Ashfall. Because I don't want to be able to wait 24 hours. No, take everything. I don't want to be able to wait 24 hours without consequences. And I did consider reinstalling Necessities of Morrowind, which is a mod that I love. Like, that was a mod I would not play without. But Ashfall does the same just as well, if not better, and then some. So I decided to have Ashfall, and I have my own foods mod that adds the shop of Necessities of Morrowind. So we still have that. Okay, oh, your silverware, I'm selling you. Thank you. For the books, I have the ultra classic book jackets. And a lot of them were fine. Some of them were just too modern. Alright, I said we'd talk to you with a face. Who are you? Ooh, another mod that I've installed. There's so many. That I haven't played a lot, actually. I have never really played a lot of it. I've played it once in one playthrough. LG NPCs. Now, I know that some LG NPCs is modular, so you'll have Seidonin, you'll have Vivek 4 1/4, you'll have Redoran, you'll have Pelagiad. And I know most people agree that the quality from one module to the other greatly varies, with, I think it might be Pelagiad. Is it LG NPC Pelagiad that most people consider to be Anyway, I've installed all of them. Most of them. I didn't install Secret Masters because there was a conflict and I couldn't be bothered to go and edit the dialogues, and I was like, I've I've got enough mods. I don't need an extra one. Pelagian is the one with the werewolves. Yeah, obviously werewolves. Yeah. Yep. 2000. There you have it. So I don't think his dialogue has been modified, but then when we talk to the people in Seydenine, not at this time. When we talk to the people in Seydenine, we are gonna have to actually read their dialogues because they have something different. And there, that's everything. I have added the Wanderer, like Wanderer, not the Wanderer, but Wanderer's ultimate or supreme follower mod. I've got the exact name. Not because I intend to recruit everyone, it's just, you never know. Like if there's somebody that I need to get out of the way, then I can do that without cheating. Okay, this is us. I did get some items from ahead of the classes, and that's like I decided to not install the mod. So I removed it, but the Lua files are there, so I did get some of the items. But not all the classes and stuff. So I'm not gonna complain. So, you wanna check out my smoother body? Well, with the clothes it's very, very vanilla. That's what it looks like. So you can still see the seams of the body, but really not as much as in vanilla. And the proportions, let's get dressed before, you know, the whole world is shocked at seeing a naked body from a 20-year-old game. But it is a lot smoother than the vanilla game while keeping the same proportions. Wergars, that's what we need. Merlord, were you looking for an add-on for the Guar Whisperer? Because Wergwars, it's a thing. It's a thing. Alright. Seydenine. Let's take a look. A really, really old Seydenine overhaul. Hello. Welcome on in. So that's what happened. Was Fargoth summoned? Yes, Fargoth was summoned. And Fargoth wants to be friends with who? Ooh. Ooh. The host after undressing? Gosh. Had I known. Oh, Kilgore, that's you. Hi. I really need to fix my alerts because I hear the hello. I know there's a host, but I don't know who that was. Oh, you came at a terrible time then. We were checking out a really, really old body replacer mod. This install is oh, they are? Okay, well, I feel better. This install is the one I call the SO 2000 install because I've installed mods that we wouldn't be caught playing anymore, including the smoother body. Which, you know what? Not that bad, really. Thank you so much for the follow. That's a follow. I can see the stream, but I make it very, very tiny because I'd rather see the game rather than the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for the follow. I really appreciate it. Make yourself comfortable. This is Morrowind with some really old mods because we used to love them and it's nice to remember them. My goodness, so many follows and I can't even read your names. I'm so sorry. Say hi in the chat. That way I'll know who you are. This one is a really large Seydenine. Caffeine Terry. Oh, Caffeine, I remember you. You were on a Kilgore stream this morning. I remember your name. Oh, poor Fargoth. This one is one of the largest Seydenine overhauls, which I'm not gonna find right now. But I really used to like it. So it adds things to that bit. It adds a whole dock behind, it also expands like pretty far around Seydonin and into the Bitter Coast. I think at the time for Seydonin, there weren't that many nice options. I switched to Mixitup to do host alerts. Streamlabs and others still haven't updated their API. I probably should do that as well. It's like mostly Streamlabs. It's still there, but I'm not using it anymore. I was not too happy with the OBS. I don't want to say scandal. I was disappointed. So we've also added for that 2005 feeling, our grass mod is the original grass mod, the one that everybody who had grass was running, i.e. Verts. Now, Verts, I think what I mind the most now is the fact that it's a little colorful and a little too pretty. But still, it was, yes, the slob things. What happened in brief, there's OBS that is a streaming software, and it's open source and it's free, by the way. And then what Streamlabs did, they were like, well, we're going to use it and we're going to make our Streamlabs OBS version, and which it's their right to do because it's open source. And then they even named it Slobs, like Streamlabs OBS. Even though OBS was not, say, yeah, it's open source, go ahead, use the code, but don't use the name, which they did anyway. Which is not cool. Like, I'm sorry, but if a programmer or a team of programmers are cool enough to make their code open source so that you can use it for free, you're thankful. You don't go, you know what, I'll take your name as well. And your shoes, and I like your jacket. So that was disappointing, really. And then, honestly, when you look at slobs, mostly it integrates their widgets and things, so it's a little easier to set things up, but you can do that. You can do that in OBS. You never used it? I did try it. I think it used more memory than OBS as well, and mostly it was a big plugin for their premium features and things. So, you're good with OBS. Honestly, and OBS is nice. I can plug in different things in there. We're good. So that was the slob / OBS drama. So we have Vertsgrass, our people with their. She's got my face, but my eyes are more dumber. That's right. We have Kate's critters. So we have chicken and pigs in the pond. I still like it. What else do we have? This is Verts, and I still use that in my modern games, actually. Children of Morrowind. You're not fighting kids? No? You don't want? Oh no, I disabled the AI. That's why. Hello, Erebus. Long time no see. Welcome back. I think for Seydonin, that's about it for the visual. Oh, the big replacer. At first, I reinstalled Vibrant Morrowind, which was pretty much staple at the time. It's just too vibrant, you guessed it. So I went for Ultimate Textures, that was the other one, and Ultimate Texture is still a bit darker. I do have some shaders going on. That's without the shaders. And that's with, and I prefer that, dirtier, grayer, washed out look for my Morrowind, though the difference is not crazy, honestly. Did I put something to toggle distant land? No, I don't have distant land toggleable, so I can't show you what it is without. But frankly, I don't mind this. It's not like, ew, my eyes, no. I don't mind this. All textures. The trees are verts. I did install the optimized version because why? Why run the unoptimized version for the sake of saying this is the 2005 version? I was like, Okay, there we go. Let's land. Tell people they can. I don't want gold. There we go. All right. So we have MCA people and we have people of Satanin. Oh, I did put wares, and so clothing is randomized. But I didn't add mods. Are you the one that the boat dropped off? Ought to see a boat arrive at that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring, family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? Yes, I have. Okay, this is vanilla so far. Right, I want the LG NPC dialogue. I still have Streamlabs for donations and the never bothered to change. Yeah, I still have that as well. But honestly, well, it's not like I have a terrible use of it. Though I like when I have a follow, that little banner was, and I was so lucky to get it because before Streamlabs introduced their premium where you can have a whole bunch of things, including different styles of alert, and there was one, and I liked that little announcement. So it goes with, you know, the colors that I have in my game. So I like this one, but again, it's a browser thing, so I don't need Streamlabs to run it, which is good. Right. You found it! Amazing! I can't do a Bosma voice. You found it! Amazing! Thank you! Thank you! You are now my favorite friend! Does that sound annoying enough? If you want me to stop, just say it in the chat. Say it right now. Or bear with it until I'm done talking to Fargoth. And he has loads of topics. Give you 5 seconds to react. Stop it right now. Okay, normal voice it is. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Ariel, who runs the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be he'll be happy to see you now. All right, tell me about you, Fargoth. That's what I want to know. You are not the first to wonder what this Bosmer is doing in Morrowind. Some mornings I wake up hoping it was a dream, and then I step outside. Before, I had a pretty good life in Cyrodiil, and then I got into some troubles. It was nothing that I did, just some shady character that formed a dislike of me for no better reason than the amusement of having someone to intimidate. I am not ashamed to admit, I was afraid, and when the opportunity came along to leave, I acted, perhaps a bit impulsively. That's what happened to Fargoth. Like, he was bullied even back in Cyrodiil. Great impression. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. Vardenfell sounded like the perfect place to start over. It had just been opened to settlers. No one would know me or think to look for me here. So there I was, being questioned by the head Imperial over at the Census and Excise office. I must have answered some questions wrong, because I was immediately searched by one of the guards. I don't know what they were looking for, but every couple of days is the same thing over again. It seems like trouble follows me wherever I go. Darn it, Fargoth, I'm so sorry for you. Also, the music is not really loud. I can crank that up. I have not modded my audio. I don't have Muse to change the tracks, but some mods, back in the days, okay, the mods, they would add their music to the Explorer folder, to the Battle folder. So I did not willingly mod my music, but there it is. Bosmer. Everyone thinks that just because I'm a Bosmer, I must be a thief. The Imperials make up any excuse to search me, but they never find anything. It's not easy for one of my race, especially in Morrowind. Being shaken down by the Imperials is bad enough, but there is even less charity in the suspicious red eyes of the Dunmer. And he's saying that to my face when I have really, really bright red eyes. I'm just trying to get by, but it is hard when no one trusts you or gives you a chance to prove yourself. All right. A rumor. I heard that there is some trouble. Of course. Hang on. I think I did install the mod to delay the Dark Brotherhood. I think I did. I must have. Like, it's a staple mod. Back in the days, you would get attacked by the Dark Brotherhood from level 1. Boom. More rumors? Tellerich Levy isn't very choosy about the company she keeps, if you get my meaning. Wow, LG NPC will know everything about everyone. One element of Morrowind that needs no overhaul is the music. I agree, the music is epic. It's just, you know, just the first note of Nereva Rising and you're there. So don't change the music. At the same time, when you play it a lot, there's maybe 5, 6, 7 different tracks when you're exploring, 5 for battle. So as amazing as the music is, it does get a little repetitive. So when I mod my music, what I did, I haven't done that again. I remove completely the explore tracks, no music when I'm in the wilderness, and instead I put, you know, wilderness sounds. And with Muse, you can sort them by region and everything. And then I keep the music when I'm in town. Like when I'm in a civilized area, I get the music, and when I'm in the wilderness, just the wind, that's it. The music is really good, but they are not enough. Exactly. That's my opinion as well. Therefore, playing the game a lot, playing only that game, basically, I felt the need to add some tracks. And the tracks that I added, I didn't go very far. They are tracks from Oblivion and Skyrim. So we don't stray too far. It's the same composer for the same game franchise. They fit, okay? They fit. Feels like a survival horror when the music is off. Absolutely. I really, really like that. Back in the days, like 2005, for my audio, I would use Pirate Lord's Sounds. I think that was the name. And that was great. The way it worked, it would add a script to the plants to play a nature sound. So the soundscape you would get in your game was really accurate, because what you heard in the Bitter Coast was different from what you had heard in any other region. The problem is it would add a script on every plant, meaning that then if you wanted to have a herbalism mod that also added script to the plant, well, you couldn't. Then you would have to patch everything. And with Pirate Lord's mod, the sound mod, the sound for the rope, it was terrible. It was a looping sound, and it was like really terrible. You just had to, like, I would replace it by an MP3, a silent MP3, because it was just horrible. I usually add Oblivion and Skyrim music. We agree. I like Morrowind tracks, but you need more variety. Okay, I'm glad we agree. We're in good company. That's what's happening there. So Tellerich Levy, we'll have to go and talk to her. Maybe start a romance with her. Who knows? Give me some advice. How do I become as successful as you, Fargoth? How do you do it? Try to do something notable and begin to make a name for yourself so people will take you seriously. Look at me. I get no respect, and the Imperials just push me around and take advantage of me. Just wait until I make it big, then I'll show them. Right? Give me a secret, Fargoth. Those Imperials are corrupt, the same as thieves. I don't have a good word for any of them, but the tax collector, Processus Vitellius, is the worst. If you're smart, you will walk the other way if you see him coming. I wish I knew more about the local customs. Then maybe I would not be constantly treated like an outsider by the Dubner in town. I guess it is not necessarily personal. They seem to look down upon anyone who is not of their race living in their land. Makes sense. Whatever happens to Fargoth after Morrowind? It's not one of those characters that I gotta mention in the next games. I guess he never did make it big. At least, you know, GU went from prisoner to saint, which is not bad as far as promotions are concerned. That's good career. Yeah, it's not bad. Bottom of the barrel to saint, like way up there. Fargoth, nothing at all. There is rumor that there's a Fargoth ore, but it's a different thing. Ulysses the Pagan, welcome on in. A classic game, Morrowind will always have a special place in my heart. Agreed, I think anyone here will agree. Oh, you know what I need to share with you? Oh, two things that I need to share with you. Not that. Never mind. Is that gonna work? Not gonna work. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Let's go there. What I need to share with you, like people who are here all the time, you already know about this. For anyone else, or Kilgore, I'm not even sure I told you about it. For the 20th anniversary of Morrowind, that's chiefly Zero Fox and myself, with the help of many people, we collected stories from players that just, you know, remember how it was when they played the game for the first time. It doesn't have to be 20 years ago, you know, what really stayed with them. And so here you can download the book. It's a lovely PDF. That's an example of the page, so you can get an idea of what you're getting. Here's the link. Do check it out. The book is beautiful. We looked at it together a couple of weeks ago. And some of the stories are just hilarious. Some of them are pretty emotional. Like I did get a little teary reading some of them. Either because it was an important time in the people's lives and it's sometimes difficult and Morrowind helped, or simply describing the game. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it was. Essentially, it's a trip back in time. If you at least for me, like I had forgotten, and even now looking at the game I go, oh yes, this and that, and it's a trip back in time. Like even things you had forgotten about the game, because you read people saying, oh, I did this, I did that, and you go, yes, now I remember. Like you get to relive those feelings. I had to download it twice, as the first time it was in black and white for some reason. Yeah, that's weird. But now it's working, right? It's pretty beautiful the way we want it. Let's ask Fargoth what his trade is. I am not a fisherman or craftsman, if that's what you're asking. I live on day to the next, watching for opportunities, doing what I can, when I can. When I go to sleep tonight, I will be optimistic for tomorrow. That's not a job. That's just not a job. Just give me a second, I just got a message from my dad. And I want to reply now because sometimes it's hard to get a hold of him, so I need to take the opportunity. What is the time? 10:30. Dans 3 heures. Okay. There we go. Done. Tell me about the ring? Yeah, thank you for finding it. That's vanilla dialogue. Oh, Dad. Background. Oh, I skipped it. No, I did not. We did read that. It tells us his story. You know, how he got here and blah blah blah. It's just it remains blue. I'm not sure why. This wouldn't be such a bad place to live if it were not for all the Imperials. They won't let a mer make a decent living. Bloody Imperials. I'm glad I'm not one. My dad says okay. And he sends me hearts. Now you know everything. I can tell you who best to avoid. Believe me, you don't want any dealings with that scheming Nord, Risgar Flatfoot. Any place? They say Pelagiat is booming. Lots of opportunities for those willing to take a little risk. However, the nearby fort makes me a little nervous. I think I would prefer a town where there is less chance of being persecuted by the Imperials like I have been here in Seydenin. Well, thank you, Fargoth. That was enlightening. We've heard a lot. commoner. That is one of the things I didn't like from MCA, that people were called commoner. They didn't have a name. So I know there's no point talking to him. Whatever, well, he's got nothing to say. Even better. But even if they have lines, then it's just, stock dialogue. Vodunius Nucius. All right, who are you? My name is Vodunius Nucius, as you can see. I am not a native of this land. When Vardenfell was open for expansion, I thought it would be advantageous to be among the first to arrive, I would say, and reap the opportunities that awaited us Westerners. It was promising at first, but Seidanin seems to have peaked and settled into a routine. That may not sound so bad, but for one of my trade, it is not what you want to see. I don't know how much longer I can afford to stay there. Okay, we have to find out about his trade. Ulysses, you're saying, even though I played a lot of hours of Oblivion and Skyrim, the game certainly has been dumbed down. Example, absurd to tank through the Mages Guild with the use of little to no magic, missed the faction requirements. So that's a very common criticism, especially of Skyrim. Like, Oblivion had progression, and I would say that the Mages Guild and the Thieves Guild and obviously the Dark Brotherhood, like, the quests are pretty good. Not worse than Morrowind, but Skyrim, yes, it's a bit of a joke that you can be the archmage and have nothing but that starter spell that you got when you started the game, because you needed it for the tutorial, basically. So yeah. What is your trade? I am a carpenter. There was plenty of work for me when the Empire first came to Seidanin with their ambitious plans. I had a part in the construction of half this town, but I'm not talking about the shacks along the shore. Now I have to take repair work just to get by, but only barely get by. Though you've seen we took a tour of Seidanin and all the houses that have been added. He should be a millionaire right now, if he built, most of those houses. Tell me what it is to be an Imperial. Yes, I'm Imperial, originally from Cyrodiil. We have an ethic of determination and hard work to which our success is attributed, not taking things from Bosmers. That's funny. If you took the mountain of rumors that I have heard about Seidanin over the years, you might sift a handful of truth out of it. Why do you want to tease yourself with meaningless gossip and empty promises? I'm just curious, I guess. Sikor, you're saying, I don't like how the main story, the threat was imminent in both Oblivion and Skyrim. It felt weird doing some random side quests and doing the Dark Brotherhood stuff and the gates of hell have opened and you got... Yeah, that's... we've talked actually quite a few times about whether Morrowind would be better if the quests were timed. Because, and the same thing in Skyrim and Oblivion. Like, you say, oh, the world is ending, and you go, well, I'm gonna pick up flowers and make potions. Like, it does feel weird. At least in Morrowind, there's a threat, and it's around, but it's not wildfire. You don't really see it happening. That's why we have mods that add elements of the Sixth House that appear as the game progress. So yeah, it is a bit odd that it's the end of the world, but when you're ready for it. Some advice. New here? Take the Silstrider to Viveco Balmora, fast and cheap, no trouble with wild animal and smugglers and bandits and outlaws. Go see Darvame Laren over at the Silstrider port. At the Strider Port, over the bridge and east along the water, your first directions in the game. And they're accurate and easy to follow. And tell her Vodunius Nucius sent you. This is vanilla dialogue. A secret. I don't have a secret that needs safeguarding, but I suggest you don't pull people by tongue to hear from them something they would prefer not share. Fair enough, Morrowind lore. You want to consult a savant or a pile of books to answer all the questions you might reasonably have about this strange land. Unfortunately, you will not find either in Seidanin. Take that, Seidanin. Not untrue. Not untrue. What about Darvame? I know where you are going with that, but you are way off. We are nothing more than friends, but she is the only real friend I seem to have in Seydanine, so that makes her special. Burner, so you get time to build your character. Yeah. I mean, I would be in trouble if from the moment you step off the boat, there's a timer that says end of the world in, because by the time I create my character and I finish talking to a couple of people, I mean, we've been live for an hour and a half and we've done nothing, like literally nothing in the game. We talked to Fargoth and we know his life story. So there's that. Services, that would be vanilla. The only services available in Seydanine are the ones that are offered at Ariel's Trade House and by my good friend and caravaner Darvame Hleren. Just in case you didn't get it first. Look for her, blah blah blah. Which, now that we have a very large Seydanine mod, well, that doesn't work very well. There are more shops. What about Seydanine? Initially, there may have been plans for a Legion fort in this area. That would have been a boon to Seydanine's economy. Either it was considered too near the fort in Pelagiad or moved there in the first place. Whatever the case, the loss of it stunted this town's growth in a way that it does not seem likely to recover. Tell me about Solstheim. That's the frozen land up in the north, right? Sounds awful to me. If you're looking to get there, you might check for transportation in Cool. I'll do that just much later. Yep, have a good night, Kilgore Trout. Thank you so much for joining. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, either in my stream or in yours. And I did love talking about those old games today in your stream. That was that brought me back, basically. I'm a terrible person. I didn't even do a shout out. Yeah, guys, if you like retro gaming and if you like clever conversations about games, do check Kilgore Trout. He's a wealth of knowledge of classic games, classic movies as well. And me, my confession is I love to watch him play the games so that I don't have to, because I know I wouldn't have the patience or the skill to play them. Then I bought, yeah, she does. That's one thing that I asked. That way I don't have to alt tab out of the game to do the shoutouts, because I'm lazy. Anyway, Kilgore Trout, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for your streams. They're always a pleasure. I know you told me, but it's like, yes, I've always wanted to play that game. Brilliant. And it's not just that you play the game, but you also have loads of interesting things to say about that game or the studio that made that game. It's just really interesting. Back at Awful, good morning. Welcome on in. Don't be shocked at my UI. It's 2005 in my game, okay? That's what's happening. The Altmer Ariel, yes, we know that. Tell me about a specific place. Wow. He really wants you to go and talk to her. That's how I played Morrowind. Nothing to be shocked at, right? But it's a bit of a... You know, that's me. Yes, thank you. You were not interesting. I think I enjoyed talking to... Fargoth more. Yep. As you can see, I do have realistic repairs installed. Again, like I cannot bring myself to play the game where I can grab a hammer in the middle of a tomb, hold my armor, or keep it on me and go cling, 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 waking up all the deads in the tomb and magically repairing my armor. I can't do it. So I have to have realistic repairs. That's it. Playing without it feels like cheating. I haven't finished Morrowind since a long time. Latest was watching my girlfriend finish it in 2009. Then we went in the deep lore. All there's two things, right? It's either you fall in the lore, you're done, or you fall into modding, and most modders don't play the game. Famously. Note to all modders, if you want to play the game again, stream it. or do a let's play. So here we have a lot of lighting, so you can really see those textures a lot more. But that's because of the lighting. Like outside it was nice and yeah, even without the shader. Alright, do I have stuff I need to get rid? Yeah, all the silverware that I picked up. But tell me about you. I just made that simple, transparent mood mount for Skyrim, and that got me a ticket to Memospore, and that was it. There you go. Is there a Chinese language version of Morrowind? I believe it has a localization in Japanese. I know Japanese, Italian, Polish, German, French. I don't know if there's a Chinese version. No idea. If anybody knows, please jump in and educate us. Before coming to the island, I was a trader at an imperial fort on the mainland. When Vardenfell was opened and Sadanin founded, they granted me the management of the trade house. However, since we are in the Hlalu district, that great house is the official issuer of my license to operate here. It was a great opportunity. Monopoly, you betcha. Not only do I have the exclusive contract for the Imperials, but also the rest of the town. Now untrue because we have it mudded. So, but in the vanilla game, it would have been true. I was commissioned by the Imperial Legion to supply the garrison until a fort was built and manned to provide for their own. However, construction on the fortification has been delayed, perhaps indefinitely, and here I remain, providing logistical support for the legionnaires stationed here. Alright, thank you. Do you know about her? She's a sales trader operator. She's been treated very much like an outsider and until recently has been largely misunderstood by most of the residents of Sadanin. Darvame is a very pleasant travel companion when I go to Vivek, and I am glad that she's finally being recognized for who she is. We didn't know. All the stuff we didn't know, right? LG NPC seems great for giving the NPC personalities of their own unique dialogue, but I don't like how this comes off as the townspeople readily telling you their life stories for the first time they meet you. True. At the same time, Ariel loves me. So there might be a disposition check. Also, same thing with Fargod, because I gave him the ring, my disposition shot off to 100, I think. So there might be disposition checks, but right now I'm so crazy popular that they don't apply. But you're right. At the same time, like the mod is so big already. If you want to add progression to it, like it's after, like if it's the second time you talk to them, or it's been X numbers of days in the game, will people actually come back to Sadanin and talk to everybody again to see if they have more to say? You see, I think even if they took the time, and that would have been a lot of time, even if they took the time to sort of add a progression to how much people tell you about themselves, I don't know that the player would come back multiple times in the games to see, oh, maybe now there's more to tell me, unless there's a quest and you get a journal update that says so and so was reluctant to tell me about this, I should check with him later, or something like that. A bit like the orc in the Mages Guild. What's her name? Shar, you know the one. Fargos is understandable. You're the first to treat him well. Yeah, it's like he's just desperate. Maybe it would be possible to add a day pass check. Yeah. I just don't know that in practical terms. I think the player would actually miss on a lot of the content of the mod simply because they don't come back and talk to Fargoth again. Like, why would you ever want to talk to Fargoth again? Or any of those people? Like Ariel, yes, you do come back for business, and if you see there's a new topic, then maybe. It's more natural if it's disposition-based progression and they start at a low disposition. Yeah, but then that means, I agree, that's ideal, and especially when the dialogue, when it's obvious in the dialogue that they have more to say, but they just don't want to tell you more right now. but then it exponentially multiplies for the same topic. All of a sudden, you have to have 5 lines or 5 branches for that one topic rather than just the one. So I think that the number of dialogue would really get out of hand very, very quickly. It would be ideal though. Yes, we've read that. We've read that. A rumor. What do you have? I heard that Riskar upstairs is having some financial troubles. Can't seem to win the wager these days. More to say? He might be merely a bully to be avoided, except that he has the authority of the Imperial Legion behind him. That makes him a dangerous person to slight. Why do you suppose I tolerate his presence upstairs? I try to be on good terms with everyone. It's better for business. And in a town where I'm the only supplier of general goods, there is no avoiding anyone. Fair. If you need directions, talk to our local scout Elone, the Red Guard. She's here in the trade house somewhere, and you might want to purchase Guide to Vardenfell. I think I still have a copy for sale. Fine. This is 2005. We don't know the game as well. We will buy it. We will check it. In fact, I'll buy it before I go through the rest of the dialogues, because you know me, I would forget. I still think the color is too solid. Alright. More about Elone. She's very self-reliant, not an unusual quality in either a scout or a red guard. However, she can be a bit aloof and is rather discreet about her activities. She comes and goes, again, not unexpected for a scout, but to no apparent purpose. Usually, scouts are working for someone. She may conduct a brief conversation in whispers and then be off again. I am not suggesting Elone is involved in anything disreputable. She seems quite honorable. Still, there is a mystery surrounding that scout. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being introduced to these characters that I've known forever, but you know, now it's put into words. It's nice. I enjoy that. I haven't run LG NPCs in a long time for a couple of reasons. The first one is the quality over the different modules is debatable. So that's one thing. Though honestly, I'm not an extremely purist player. I am fine with, you know, things that don't really go. Like I can go with it. The main reason why I don't have LG NPCs in most of my games is because of conflicts, because there's so much dialogue. They edit some of the vanilla dialogue to develop them. And then they would add scripts to some NPCs so that they would have a dialogue that appear at a given time, blah, 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 blah. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare to troubleshoot for compatibility. So rather than have LG NPCs that has tons of dialogues all over the place, that gives scripts to NPCs and things like vanilla modifications, I'd rather not have it and instead have many large quest mods that may or may not modify some vanilla NPCs, but the chances of the likelihood of incompatibility are way smaller. So that's why I don't have it. But I must say, I am thoroughly enjoying it now. So I'm glad we're doing this. We already, yeah, we know why. We know why. But it's like, even though I know why, it's nice when I go, you're wondering about her. I'm not. So it's sort of a wink to the player. So if you don't know why, you start going, oh yeah, is there something about her? And that makes you curious about her. And then later on, when you find out that she's part of the Blades, you go, aha, that was it. And if you already know why, you're like, poor Ariel, you're not in the know. I am. So it feels nice either way. Yeah, it builds up so you can figure it out. Either way it works, really, I think. I actually like the dialogue like this, as it felt more immersive than the dialogue in Skyrim and Oblivion. They felt too fake, other than certain NPCs like Isran or Serena, yes. And then we're back to the good old discussion of voice acting. Does it actually add to the immersion or not? In a way, yes, because you get the dialogue as if you're actually talking to them, but obviously it's all very shallow. It's all very shallow. Oh no, Latte. What is it? I don't know. I don't think my mic is picking up the sound. It was the most heartbreaking little yeah. I can't do it. This life is hard. So hard.
Yeah, it's okay now.
It's okay now? We're okay now. He's good. Although she may be very knowledgeable about the land, I think traveling with her could be a little boring. She's not very talkative. Smiling. At least she's easy to look at. Ariel, you... If you want to live a ripe old age, buy a weapon and such armor as you can wear and still run from trouble. Buy a spell or two and practice your skills. But don't practice on citizens. We call that foul murder and we don't like it. It's a big no-no. But you can kill smugglers and bandits and other outlaws all you want. Outlaws have no right. Plenty of adventurers make a living from killing and looting outlaws. That smugglers come down in Adamasartus, for instance. That's the cave just north of town. Okay, we know what we're gonna do. We're going to get weapon armor, practice our skills in the cave. Got it. I think Fallout 3 New Vegas does better than Skyrim and Oblivion. I couldn't agree or disagree. I have yet to play those games. I want to, especially New Vegas. Hello, Ketan. You want to say hello? Yes, the little tuft, the top of the ears are very, very cute. Le gasp. All right, the game. Don't get distracted by the cat. Just because he's so cute, there's just no excuse. What are you doing? You're doing your panning movement?
Yep.
Wow. Hello. Hey, Shan Solo, welcome back. Is it Kale Kulsn? Hi. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name without butchering it. Okay, so we need weapons. We're going to do that. The panning move looks great. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to hire Aurel every once in a while to, you know, do the thing. Okay. Bye, Ketan. Well, Aurel is going to the kitchen, so the smart thing to do is to go in the kitchen too. You never know. Alright, we're back. Sorry, now it's me. Principal photography, as we call it, to get the big bucks. Is that what it is? Alright, we're supposed to get weapon and armor. And maybe a spell or two. We don't have that much money, but let's do the silver thing. Okay, all right. We do have some moderate skill. So I'm playing like it's 2000. I'm cheesing a little bit. Just a little bit. Mod-wise, you've already seen I decided to keep Ashfall because playing without it feels like cheating. I also have Killing Spree, Panoplies, and Wares. Wares only has vanilla and Tamriel rebuilt items. Without it, I'm sorry, but pure vanilla with only 3 armor sets like 3 light armor sets, 3 medium and 3 heavy. It's not enough. Like I like to sharpen, I like to get new items, and I like to try them on and go, ooh, that looks good. Okay, so I have wares, so there's more selection, but it's vanilla and Tamriel rebuilt. I have added Killing Spree and Panoplies because it's essentially Helluva without the purple things, and I know that having the purple Dwemer armor would be so 2000. I get that. At the same time, I would never buy it or wear it, so I'd rather go with a mod that I can actually use. That being said, we want light and medium armor, and we're not too rich. Ooh, I'm gonna show you the robe replacer. For the robe replacer, I don't have better bodies. We've already looked at that. It's smoother bodies. I don't have better clothes because they are meant for better bodies and that would look ridiculous. However, I do have a robe replacer. I'm going to show you straight away. Anybody remembers this? Yep. He's not impressed. I think, oh, he's jealous because he has the same one as I do, but mine looks so much better. And I think that goes really well with the vanilla body. See? It's a little better. When I play with the Roberts body replacer, that is a lot leaner and slimmer than better bodies. That's the robe replacer I go for. I like it. This is also by Canadian Ice. By the way, Canadian Ice, I think, did help with smoother bodies, and then she did the robe replacer, the better body one, that's gorgeous and I love. But this one is based on a mesh by Hurdy-Gurdy. That is a lot closer to vanilla, so I like that. Mine looks much better, right? I know. It's so obvious. You can see I am equipping things like this. I do have Merlot's mod quick equip because I'm sorry. I cannot, like, the idea of going click, drag, click, and no. I just go up, 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 and I'm removing things, and now I'm putting them back on. As well as the right click button to leave any window, not just the menu, but the trading, the dialogue, everything. Can't live without it. Cannot. Okay, so I have a pretty dress now. Let's continue. A weapon. He says I need to get a weapon. Right now, honestly, I have a steel dagger, which is pretty sweet. I think it's pretty sweet. Sweet. No. This is the end of you. Sweet. That's not what it is. This is pretty sweet. So maybe if we could find some light armor. This is light armor. That would look better. That would look better than my shoes. Ooh, leather cuirass. This is a model by Mendaramus, I think. Pretty sweet. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I think oh, 350. No, okay. I'll just get the boots because they're not expensive. Praetorian, that's not me. Yeah, the UI is not great with the colors. Oh well. We can sell. Let's buy that. We'll look at the spell next. Sorry. Let's get rid of things that we don't. Well, that's it. I suppose I don't want these because they're ugly. Oh. Oh. The pain expressed by my cat. I don't know if you can hear it. Is that what the girls say? Maybe. You can hear it. And this is just like, hey, my toy right here, it's dead. It's not moving. Do something. That's usually what it means. Like I said, advice was free. You bringing me a kitten? I don't think he's gonna stay very long. Oh, he's gotten so big. Like I used to carry him with one hand. Say hi. Hi. You're free, kitten. Go. Go roam the land.
Meow.
Yeah. Yeah, and cry because you're alone in the other room. Chasing shadows. Yes, advice is free. Secrets, well, secrets are usually too valuable to just give away. If you can learn someone's secret, it may be worth something to him or her to keep it a secret. It has been quite an education since arriving on the island. I live in 2 different worlds. As the supplier of the Legion garrison, I am exposed to the imperial attitudes about the Dunmer, but my daily interaction with the common Dunmer paints a rather different portrait. You know what's happening. It's a case of the zoomies. A rather different portrait. The one thing they seem to agree on is that this land is a political mess. See, that's nice, getting a hint. Long before they had the Empire's presence to resent, their own political factions, the great houses of Morrowind, feuded bitterly about the governance. Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Ouh, Merlord, on parle français pendant 3 minutes. Ok. Mais alors je lis en français. Alors, bien longtemps avant la présence de l'Empire, qu'ils n'aimaient pas, leur faction politique, les grandes maisons de Morrowind, se battaient pour savoir qui allait gouverner la province. Et ils le font encore aujourd'hui. Waouh, passionnant. Ça va être 3 minutes, ça va être très très long, hein, mais c'est tant pis pour vous. Encore, donne-moi des informations. Non, c'est la même chose. On passe. Tu fais quoi? C'est quoi ton travail? Alors, si j'étais dans la Légion, il pourrait dire que je suis là pour les provisions. Mais en fait, je suis plutôt comme un marchand privé. Donc du coup, au lieu de me payer un salaire et de me demander de suivre les règles de la Légion, je dépends plutôt sur mon talent de marchand pour gagner ma vie. Mon futur est beaucoup plus certain que pour beaucoup de personnes dans mon métier. J'ai des clients, non, j'ai la Légion qui est un client permanent. Et puis bon, Seydanine, c'est pas très riche pour attirer d'autres services. Donc c'est pour ça que j'offre plein de trucs différents, plus que les autres marchands que tu peux rencontrer. Voilà. Alors maintenant, je lis le chat en français. Baka, tu comprends, c'est super. Donc il y a toi et moi et c'est tout. Merci pour le livre. Pas de problème. Pas de problème. Des potions. Encore 1 minute. TikTok, 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. C'est dur. C'est dur. Alors, une potion pour guérir des maladies communes et puis pour guérir aussi du blight,
Bleed.
Non. Blight, Baka en français. Blight disease. On dirait peut-être comme la peste. Sont les plus populaires avec les voyageurs. Une potion pour améliorer la force, l'endurance, la vitesse ou l'agilité sont aussi super pratiques pendant les combats. Améliorer la personnalité est assez populaire, surtout avec les marchands et puis les personnes un peu timides. Et puis bien sûr, améliorer la fatigue, ce qui veut rien dire. Ouais, peste, plague, ouais, hein, on dirait. C'est très bien pour se battre au mieux de sa forme. Des potions pour guérir, bien sûr, et pour retrouver son endurance sont les plus populaires. Et puis aussi, pour avoir un petit coup d'énergie, ploup ploup, c'est fini, that's it. A short burst of power during a fight, you can't beat. Grief, shine, fleen, maced, and Sujama. How was it, guys? Did you enjoy that very much? That was kind of fun. I don't know how to speak Morrowind. Like, I can't talk about Morrowind in French. I don't know the words. I don't. Tell me about Flynn. That looks like something useful, and I think I have a bottle. That was fun. Okay. Impromptu French lesson. We could call it that. Wouldn't it be cool? Like, I teach French. That's what I do. Wouldn't it be cool to say, and today for the French lesson, we're gonna play a game. It's called Morrowind. The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. That would be really neat. I don't think I'd get paid to do that. If you have it on hand, it is only because it has been specifically ordered from Sellers Gravius for Sellers Gravius. The regular legendaries cannot afford anything so fine and probably couldn't appreciate its subtle qualities if they ever had the opportunity to try some. I know, I had one, but I drank it all with my 3 bottle of maced, because I wanted to see if I could get the drunkard shader to work, but that didn't work. Popular scrolls. That's vanilla dialogue, so I'm skipping it. Practice on creatures and outlaws. That's vanilla, I'm skipping it. Yeah, it's a bit funny that he talks about his trade house, but tell me about Seidenine. It is a strange mixture of imperial refinement and abject poverty. I know Sellers Gravius wants nothing more than to knock down those shacks along the shore to make room for more respectable dwellings. And to be honest, I would not miss having to look out over them to the inner sea. Still, the poor people that live in them cannot afford any better, but have as much a right to be here as anyone. Some have lived here before the arrival of the Imperials. Yes, a rather nice, open-minded Altmer. Baka, you're saying a friend studies literature, and for a bachelor, she's studying myth in the Elder Scrolls. That is, honestly, that is a super good choice, considering that there is so much influence of real-life philosophies and religions and other concepts. So that's pretty neat, actually. Pretty neat. Someone, you're gonna tell me, ooh, you could scarcely avoid speaking with Fargoth if you have not already. Some people make as much a point to avoid him as meet him. The scout alone is often here at the trade house. If you think you will be traveling on foot in the region, she would be a good person to consult before heading out on your own. Okay, good to know. It is not often that I get away from the trade house, but when I can, I usually make Vivek my destination. Each day is too much the same in a small village like Seidenine. I welcome the variety of people and activities found in Vivek. What do you think is his favorite activity in Vivek? Come on, serious question. You are Ariel. You spend your life in the shop in Seidenine. You go to Vivek, the big city. What do you do? I would assume that if he wanted to have fun and a good time, he would go to Saran. Maybe I should tell him. Where's the option? Arena fights. Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Yes, arena fights. Even though nothing happens until I decide to become the leader of the Mages Guild and House Redoran. Are there more, like, scripted fights in the arena? Tell me, because I don't know the game that well. It's just the way it is. He's got links to the criminal underground. Yeah, maybe he gets better price on the Flynn. We do have. Oh, hang on. Did I? Oh, but you know what I can do. I'll take a note. Reach for a pen. Reach for. Where's my notebook? You know, when I have a cat, I need to hide everything from my desk. I have the tidiest desk ever. All right. We need to add a mod for the arena. We have 3 options. We have Welcome to the Arena, which is probably the most complex. Then we have a Gladiator, which is very 2000 in the way that some of the creatures are totally OP, and I think some of the rewards as well. And the third one, but I don't want to install it. It's a mod that I absolutely love. I think it's so underrated. It's an old MWSE mod called Morrowind inhabitants freeform, and it adds truly, what do you call them? Those quests that repeat, Radiant quest, there we go. And they are fun to do. But I have that in my modern game, so that wouldn't feel, like a different game if I put all the mods that I still play. So welcome to the arena. You know what? Let's go for that. It's the most complex, and I don't usually install it because of conflict. Because obviously, the bigger the mod, the more chances of conflict. Whereas Gladiator, not so much conflict. And if I'm not mistaken, welcome to the arena is actually also on the Nexus. Welcome to the arena. Here it is. And this is a quest mod. There we go. Done. So yeah. Why not the very 2001? Couple of reasons. The first one is in 2000 there weren't that many mods. Then in 2002 to 2003 there were mods fairly quickly. But I don't know that they were the best. Like, it was the very beginning. I don't know, Liam. Like, it would be fun, definitely, but it would also be so very buggy. Like, if I want to do true immersion, then I should not clean the evil GMSTs, I should not merge my level list, and I should not merge my objects, and the game wouldn't work, like the mods wouldn't work as intended. It was too hard to sort of ignore everything we've learned about modding and install things I know don't work properly. So no, I didn't. I was not brave enough. It's when they released a creation kit when mods increased in 2002. I think the creation kit was shipped with the game. Wasn't it shipped in the original game as well? It was. I think it was still use mlocks and such, right? Yeah, of course. Like I merged my things, I cleaned my plugins, I reordered them. We want the game to run as well as we can. I know it's more immersive if it crashes for no reason, I guess, but no. No, I was tempted to go for the graphic and sound overhaul, but I remember it's a little too vibrant for my taste, so instead I installed Ultimate Textures that replaces everything in one go. MGSO already has better bodies in there, though maybe you can choose if you want it or not. It's a little too modern. It's modern and colorful. So I went for other replaces I wanted to have. I didn't want to have better bodies. So this is still, pretty colorful, I think. All right, Ariel, we're not done talking, you and I. More to say about Fargoth. Okay. I heard of your kindness towards him. He seems to be the person everyone loves to hate. I know his enthusiasm can be a little tiresome, but he is harmless. I don't understand why people cannot have a little charity for the mer. Yeah, he certainly holds you in high esteem. I have done nothing more than act as a friend to him, and his gratitude is very touching. In fact, Fargoth has some of the qualities of an excellent friend, beginning with loyalty, but it seems few people are willing to accept a little absurdity to benefit from his friendship. I suppose Fargoth's allegiance stems from a service I rendered him. Risgar needed someone to bully, and Fargoth just happened to be handy. I told Risgar to leave my customers alone, or he would have to take his business elsewhere. As much as a surprise to me as everyone else present, he backed down. I suppose that is one advantage of being the only merchant in town. He will go so far as to say this. I have more respect. I will go so far, sorry. I have more respect for Okay. 44. She doesn't love me. Yeah, but let's change that. I don't really like having the percentage. Net Immerse engine is ancient and impressive. It still runs like a champ. Honestly, considering, yeah. What is the name of that mod? The one that tells me how likely I am to succeed. As you can see, I did install a number of Lua mod. Less than usual, a lot less. There we go, visible persuasion chance. And now I get a high, low, medium, but I don't get a number. Marianne, I will be back when I have more money and I can bribe you properly. Okay. Elon, I heard about you. You're moving a little fast here, friend. Let's slow down a bit, alright? People around here will tell you that I am a rather private person. For now, I think it better that we do not get too familiar. There you go. That's exactly what we were saying before. Not everyone is willing to blab on about their lives forever and ever and ever. I'm pretty sure these topics are going to be vanilla. Yes. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go through those. Tax collector, yes, this is vanilla. Maybe not that. I am a scout. Oh, that's vanilla. I know the geography. I'm not sure. I know the geography of Badenfell and the various geographic region of the island. I can tell you about certain locations, identify the dangerous plants, as well as the useful. And I can read the sky and anticipate the weather. I have served as a guide for travelers and worked as an advanced scout for expeditions. Sometimes I just want to get away from the town and its people to enjoy the simplicity of living in nature. But I also like coming back to hot food, cold drinks, and a soft bed. Some Lua mods. This is less than my main install. Believe me. Getting all the topics. There we go. Thank you. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I can't see your name, it's too tiny, but if you say hi in the chat, then I'll know it's you. What's that smell? Oh, let's talk to him. We've heard about him. Like, I'm not gonna talk to everyone, but only the ones that were mentioned to me. Welcome back, Skink. Yeah, we're feeling nostalgic. Tell me about you. I joined the Legion hoping to fall into some opportunities, and then I got posted in a backwater, underdeveloped village like Satané. This was just the beginning of my bad luck. They say this land is spotted with a Nordic burial site dating back to the First Era. That was the reason I accepted an assignment here in Morrowind, but now I am stuck in Satané and can only imagine the wealth that I might have uncovered. Oh, he wanted to be a treasure hunter. I do have, yes, King. I did install some of the big older mods, but I also added some modern mods for quality of life. It's true. Guilty as charged. Well, someone with your little experience should probably watch out for... Well, should be careful around. Oh, never mind. It would be better if you did not wander too far from town. He's saying what? Weak? You're asking me? I've been stationed here for several years, and their people are still a mystery to me. I'm a soldier. Just do what I'm told. Fair enough. That's right. See, I had a bad word. That's vanilla dialogue. I won't do it. I can't... I do have Vampire Embrace. Vampire Embrace, Vampire Hunger, and Vampiric Hunger, and Vampire Realism. I do have that installed. How far will we become a vampire? Who knows? Hopefully. I was gonna say, now that I've talked to Fargoth and I know his life story, and I talked to Ariel as well, I can't. I can't do it. Like, I know Fargoth too well at that point. That's vanilla. It's a miserable, rotting swamp of a town. However, it's where I have been posted, so here I am to make the most of it. The locals are a docile lot, so there's not much for me to do, but I have a few things going on the side, really. There's Celis Gravius over in the Census and Excise office, but I can't imagine that a busy officer like him is going to have any time for someone like you. We shall see. I'd sure like to be reassigned to Caldera. One day my luck is going to change, and I would like to be near all that ebony when it finally does. Alright, let's head out. We've been told to get weapon and armor. We've done that. We've been told to get a spell. So let me see. I have a bit of feather. I have open. I can restore my health and my fatigue twice. And I have telekinesis. Let's get a basic, if he has it, a basic. That. Or that. Oh, this is on target. Let's go for that. Honestly, I should get that one. It's my class, but let's go. So far, I have followed the advice of the people I have met. I still need to read the guide to Vardenfell. I am not going to read all of it, guys. But what I'm gonna read, because that's where I am, let's go down to... Come on, Bitter Coast, Bitter Coast. There we go. Let's learn about, the area that we're in. The western coast of Vardenfell from Seydonin north to Narmog is called the Bitter Coast. The salt marshes and humid swamps of the region are uninhabited, with the only settlements found I'm getting a little tired, running out of coffee too, at the good harbours of Narmog, Platwad and Seydonin. Also called the Smuggler's Coast. The region's secluded coves and islands provide refuge for criminal trades, and the frequent rain and fog hides small boats from excise cutters. The piercing light of the Grand Pharos at the mouth of the harbour. The Grand Pharos? You're out. Oh, I'm sorry, Liam. I'd share with you, but I don't have much. It's 2 sips, and really, technology is not there yet. The Grand Pharos. That is why I really like a mod like Beautiful Cities of Morrowind that puts the lighthouse of Seydonin like higher. The lighthouse itself is the same model, so it's still, it's not shocking. I remember, was it Dongle that made a replacer for the lighthouse? Maybe there's a screenshot and I can show it to you. I think it's a mod by Dongle. There it is. Please have a screenshot. Please have a screenshot. Yes, there we go. So this lighthouse by Dongle, as you can see, looks like a lighthouse, like it's bigger and fine. And it also has this that turns around, but as far as I remember, at some point the script just stops working and the light is just in one direction and that's it. And the mod, I mean, this is the resource, but there might be a plugin and it puts that lighthouse in Seydonin, but it just doesn't work because Seydonin is, well, tiny and ridiculous, let's face it. So Random Pal's approach to keep the vanilla lighthouse but put it on a little, mound to make it bigger because of the landscape, I think was the best approach. All right, where were we? The piercing light of the Grand Pharos at the mouth of the harbour of the port village of Seydonin is a beacon to mariners throughout the Inner Sea. Most visitors from the Empire make landfall at the port of Seydanin, where they are processed by the Imperial Census and Excise Commission agents of the Coast Guard station. The Coast Guard cutters docked here control struggling and piracy on the inner sea. We'll take a look at the docks. We just follow what we're told. We're discovering the game as much as possible. Platwad is a tiny isolated fishing village on western Vattenfell in the Bitter Coast region. A rough track along the river Odai connects Platwad with the town of Balmora. Narmog is a tiny island fishing village in the Bitter Coast region of Vattenfell. Okay, Narmog, don't care. That's it. It's there. That's what they're saying. Let's take a look at the docks. Oh, I should sell that. What? 275.88? Come on. 92. That's right. Skink, no, first Liam. Yeah, become those great things for Morrowind without making anything seem totally out of place. Well, Random Pal is quite a purist actually, so he doesn't want to change the vision, staying very close to the concept art, for example. So even though he does with that mod, even though he does change the cities, it's not like a different world. And this is from Lights 300. Yes, I have installed Lights 300. What Lights 300 does, or did, and I used to love it in my game, if a candle is red, it's gonna do red light. If a candle is green, it's gonna do green light. So all of a sudden you get some green, some red, some purple, and some blue in your game. That was great. But this, we don't want that there. Set pause Z, go to 0. Fixed. There we go. And Skink, I have a problem with Seydanin having shitty lighthouse. I do have a problem with the model being reused every time a lighthouse is needed. Well, there's only one model. I'd say the biggest change in Become is in Nizis with the temple ground overhaul and the giant hanging hand, but that is concept art. So it's what the game was intended to be. Had there been more time, more money, more. All right, let's take a look at those. Did I just lose a tree? You damage the plant and find nothing useful. Why is that, you ask? I do not have the NWSE graphic herbalism. No. I do not even have the original graphic herbalism. I have advanced herbalism. Anyone remembers that mod? So here we go, the docks. The docks and the cutters. So many boats like that. There are more boats. Like if you took the whole village of Seydanin and you put them all in a boat, there would still be space on the boat. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with the other one. Fix the weather. It's foggy. There's nothing to fix. It's perfect. Even the distant land, I put it to. I won't be able to show you without opening. I put it to 2 or 3. I don't have a lot of distant land on purpose. So advanced herbalism is a mod where you activate a plant and it disappears completely. But then it adds also, there was supposed to be a tree, yeah. But then it also, my goodness, there's so much more. Lansing. There's so much more to Seydanin with another boat here as well. Advanced herbalism also added a herbalism skill. And mine right now is rather crap. Fortunately, they are herbalism trainers. Let's do it again. And I think that might be all the money that I have. No, because I sold that book. I'm rich. Let's do more. More? I'm gonna starve myself training. The city mod. I don't have the money. I was looking for it and I couldn't find it, but let's take a look at modlist. Tribunal, Castle, Hester Tour, Wizard Island. How's that for a throwback? Yorick's Tower, super classic. Giants, unbelievably popular and so not lore friendly. Havish, classic. All of Jog's mods are just classics. Better Heads, we said that. Children, we talked about it. MCA. Big Ass Horse Ranch is there. Loken is there. Even though it's a mod that I still have in my game, so to me it's not retro. It's very much. I know, MCA. I was explaining before, I did not install Friends and Foes, even though it's my own mod and I prefer it because I wanted MCA. And I did install the latest version of MCA, not the 5.2 that was out in 2005. Because why? Okay, it's not. We're not trying to recreate the exact experience it was playing at that time. I just want to recreate the feelings, like the good feelings, not the frustrated and angry feelings when things are not working. Big mod. Anybody remembers that? I really, really like that one. I know, Immersion Ruin. I know. I want to remember the mods. I don't want to see them crash. So there it is. I want to enjoy playing the game. I don't want to go, I don't want the feeling when I finish playing to say, oh yeah, it really sucked in 2005. Let's load my modern version of Morrowind. I want to enjoy that. I want to remember those mods that I enjoyed. I want to do a big mod playthrough at some point. Seems like it would make faction leadership a lot more fun. No. I mean, yes and no. You're thinking of a different mod. You're thinking of Archimestro and Taris's big mod, right? Which is this one. Antares's big mod. However, he's actually released last year. He's been, and that's amazing. Like, he's been updating and working on his mod, his big mod, like all this time. And last year, at the end of last year, he's finally shared, this is big mod version 8 point something, but he's named it Privilege and Services because it describes, what it does. So if you want to play big mod, this is the one that you want. It's modernized. It's great. I love it. Archimestro. I say Archimestro, maybe Archimestro. Antares came on the stream a few months ago, and we looked at it and we talked about it. If you look at my YouTube, look for the, what did I call the playlist? Guest streamers and showcases, something like that. You'll find it and you'll see not all, because there's so many, most of the features in Antares's big mod, now called Privilege and Services. But the one I'm talking about is this. Big Mod 2. There we go. And what he did, and you see it still had a decent number of downloads. It changes the level list of all the creatures. It adds all kinds of sets, like armor. And as far as the guilds are concerned, and that's what I really liked it, why I really liked it, when you do a quest, you actually get a reward. Typically, you get an item that is part of a set. And so as you do all the quests, you complete your Thieves Guild armor set. And I really enjoyed that. That's the part that I enjoyed the most. It also so you see, that's the one. It also adds new creatures, but this is very 2000. So it takes the Nyx Hound and it does a small Nyx Hound, big Nyx Hound, fast Nyx Hound, nasty Nyx Hounds with varying sizes and varying stats, but all you see is a Nyx Hound. So we do have better mods that do that. Even at the time, giants, wilderness, pirate lords, creatures, but still, it's there. There we go, extra sets, extra ingredients, and he's added some dungeons as well, parts to the dungeons. I only remember this one. Honestly, I didn't think it was great. From what I remember, he took the models of a cave, made them twice as big, so the place feels huge and empty. But I haven't played it in years, so I could be wrong. So it does a lot of things. Especially it adds new rewards, new items that you can randomly find doing things or while doing quests, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, the confusion it is. So, but this one, go for it. Like if you've been thinking about getting maybe Antares's big mod, it also did separate services like apothecary services, scout services. This has everything. You want it. It's just brilliant. Just brilliant, brilliant. I saw questions. I did put giants. I did not put the wilderness mod, but I have Kate's critters. So I feel that's enough. Like with the wilderness on top of giants, like the wilderness I think is older than giants even. I don't think it would add much to the game. Apart from, potential problems. And then I saw another one. I did not put Morrowind Rebirth. I don't know when Morrowind Rebirth as such was put together. Transmaster was modding, I can show you that, was modding all those, what did he call the project? I think he called it the New Cities Project? Yeah, Transmaster. And it says 2007. He started with Seidenine, please have screenshots. Yeah. He started with Seidenine. Ooh, I can't. Honestly, I didn't like it. If I remember properly, it added a big ass statue in the middle of town. The little bridge is pretty. Maybe I'm misremembering. Ah! I am not misremembering. I didn't like that. The little bridge and the dogs, brilliant, but the big ass statue, like who paid for that? Statues are expensive. You need to commission it and then you need to pay the people to drag it there. Statues are super expensive. How did the people of Seidenine pay? Because it's not the Empire that paid for that, right? The Empire is not going to say, oh dear Dunmers of Seidenine, we are settling in your land, but fear not, here's a statue. Not happening. So I didn't like that. But anyway, the New Cities project is how Rebirth started. It was originally, cities here and there, and then it was like, you know what, let's put it all together. And it was like, you know what, let's also add this and change that, to the point that it became Morrowind Rebirth. So I do not have Rebirth because it's not a 2005 mod, like it's not an old mod. I could have used those, but I didn't. I could have used Caldera. I have nothing for Caldera. You know what? Maybe I will. Yeah. I'll add Caldera, because I have not modded. In this one, I have Seidenine, Balmora, Cool.
Mate.
This is a Vista
Mate.
mod. What's that?
Good.
Oh. Yes. What Latte likes to do, just hanging, it's because my green screen is a piece of cloth that I've pinned with push pins. And Latte loves them. Like, he wants to grab them. He got a couple of them. One day, the whole thing is gonna come down on his face. No. And it's not going to be a fun experience for him. And so he goes there and he just hangs to the curtain. And now he's looking for things. opening the drawer. No, this is not for you. Well, that's okay. I'm just being cute. You done that? No? That is because I made a terrible mistake at the beginning to put his treats in there, not realizing he could easily open it. True story. The life of latte. And I cannot see my screen because it's sitting right in front of it, lying down. We're good. We're back in business. So no rebirth, but I am downloading this one. I'll add it. Okay, where were we? MCA, of course. Kate's Creatures is there. Big mod. I put Hold It. It's my mod, I know, but I did publish it in 2007, I think. Killing Spree is there because it's overly, it's really hell of a weapons, rebalanced and removed the ugliest bit, so I took it. Has Emma done anything since Villia and Skyrim? I don't think so. At the same time, her Villia mods, both for Oblivion and Skyrim, are such large projects. I don't know that she's been active. I tried to get in touch with her for the 20th anniversary of Morrowind. I would have loved, so loved to do a podcast episode with her. It would have been amazing for me. She's one of the major influences when modding. I had all her mods, hers and Grumpy's, because that they go together in my mind. Unfortunately, I couldn't get in touch with her. Big disappointment. If any one of you has, talked to Emma from time to time, please do mention me that I would love to talk to her, to talk about Morrowind and the good old days. I have put BTB Games improvements that I've Grumpy sad when he passed away. Yes, that was quite a blow in the community. It was, but then again, like his legacy is still in the game. I want to say 90% of the companion mods are using Grumpy script, at least as a base, and then maybe modified a little bit. But it's still in our games, which is great, I think. Giant Lilarcore. Oh, isn't Lilarcore in Seidenine? Because if it is, I should try to get it now. Though it's a long blade. It's a long blade. I can't use it. It's too bad. I mean, I did download the original one. They really did lay down the groundwork, yeah. Yes. I want to know where I find it. I thought it was in Seidenine. And the noise is Latte playing next to the microphone. Nothing to worry about. Shush. Mosey over to Aryl's Trade House in Seidenine and develop a lot. Okay, sorry, putting things away. Go. In the drawer. He cannot open the bigger drawers, they're too heavy. But he will try. Alright, we're in Seidenine. We'll look for that sword. I want it. I also put Morrowind Advanced, even though they are mostly slightly retextured, very slightly modified models. Abu Manor is a classic. Reign of Fire, big quest mod, love it. I still have it in my modern games. Vampire Embrace, we talked about it. Please don't hit the microphone, Kitan. all of Vert's trees because they were the ones that we had. Daedric bud crabs, yeah. What else? This is sound. I like my soundscape to be nice. Oh, illuminated order. Morrowind, okay. Oh yeah. Oh yes, good stuff. Okay, mic it up. We do have Morrowind enhanced for the combat. Oh, I need to get the book. Morrowind enhanced combat in particular was amazing. Have you played it? The major downside is Morrowind enhanced is a third-party program, so I need to launch Morrowind from that, not from the Morrowind exe, much in the way that MWSE used to be a third-party program as well, and you would have to first launch MWSE, then start Morrowind from it. But the combat is just so cool. You actually have combos where you have to go, I think with the short blade, the first one is attack, slash, or maybe slash, attack. I don't remember. We'll have to try. But crazy, amazing. It also had a trance system, and I think it was like every time you successfully do a combo, you get a rage point, and then trance would slow time down. There was also blocking enhanced, where you could select a block key. I'm very happy with the Morrowind automatic block, like one less thing to worry about when I'm playing, but you could actually block with this one. It does make combat a little, well, more difficult because you're there trying to, you know, hit a combo rather than just spam your button and do your attacks and kill. It does make the game a little less stable as well. But we don't have a mod, like a modern version of that. We don't. 4NM has done a lot to make combat more dynamic, like more Souls-like. Obviously, it's not Dark Souls, okay? Morrowind will never be Dark Souls, no matter what mod you throw in it. But if you want your combat to be a lot more dynamic, where you can parry, where you can dodge, and your enemies do that as well, you want to try 4NM. At least 4NM combat, if you want just that, but it's better to get the 4NM gameplay overhaul that also overhauls combat, magic, economic, stealth, everything. So it's a whole new game, challenging, but fun. But this, I would love for anybody to do a remake of that. We also have a new combat, new generation combat, which is a really cool mod. That's the one I used. I use normally next generation combat, which is very neat, where depending on the weapon, like if you have a short blade, depending with your skill and the percent chance, you can deal a critical blow, you can inflict bleeding damage with an axe, you can stun the enemies. This is cool, but it's still not this. It's still not the same thing. One day, maybe. So I tried the better booze thing, but it didn't work, unfortunately. Meaning, I'm really gonna have to rely on Merlord to make make a new and improved alcohol mod. All the LG NPCs are there. Princess Stomper's Saran mod. Princess Stomper for me, like Emma, Princess Stomper, and then a bit later on Corana are like the holy trinity of modders, and they happen to be female as well, which is nice. I appreciate that. But even leaving that aside, I just loved all of their mods. Really did. So I only took Saran. Romance we've seen, the Uber Crystal Leg Hunt, because I love finding things. Way of the Talon, that's the bird race we've seen, and there's a whole quest. Creatures, I put Pirate Lord's creatures. This is new stuff. The Big Vivek expansion. We're looking, there it is. GS, Satan Incomplete. That's what we were looking for this whole time. Satan Incomplete. There we go. And I took the re-upload there. Sorry, it was a long time coming. But there it is. The answer to your question, what is the Satanin mod you're using? Let's go back. I want to find... we can finish that. Rain of Fire, book jackets, we've talked about that. The 3 vampire mods. Great House Dagoth, I did put that. A Lord's Mane, Ravenloft. I love that house. It's like I can't look at it anymore. Like my eyes is like, oh no. But I really loved how each room had its own vibe, its own colors and its own vibe. So when I made my own house mod that I have not published yet and probably never will, each room has a different vibe, like different carpetings for me. It's not as crazy as Ravenloft, but it definitely was an inspiration for me. Our female lady all have female armor based on the official plugin from Bethesda, the Divine Divina. Oh yes. The bodies is there, the mod we've seen when we created the characters. And what's the other one? My goodness. Wizard Island we've seen. Abigail Pet Shop. I had to tweak that one because of those boats in Satanin that we have. So I just took the house and I moved it. So it's there, but you don't have that little island with all the creatures. That's just the way it is. There's another one in there. I forgot. We'll see it. So I have spent all my money to improve my herbalism. Hey, Murdercrats, welcome back. Which one is your favorite house? Let me check. Was it ever published on the Planet Elder Scrolls or the modding history? Wow, this is an urn. A giant urn house. That looks super pretty. I like the beam to just hold it in place. It's extremely pretty. It fits. This is just so obvious, and I'm usually the only one doing the comment. No, you're not the only one. But one of the people. This is pretty. I really don't remember seeing that on Planet Elder Scrolls or the Nexus. At the same time, there are so many mods. The clutter is just right. Yeah, exactly. Like, even if you download it, you will have to rename the cells. Like, it will take a bit of a effort to translate again. So what is this? Hail Darkfire Trader. Let's go in. So this is part of Satan Incomplete. We have all our books with book jackets.
Keep moving.
This is some high-end stuff right here. What do you have? Tons of stuff. Including those. Like, I can't afford... I could possibly afford that one, but it's not a constant effect, so I won't even remember to use it. The Amulet of Health, though... No, I have the spell. That's good. That's expensive. That is useful. 22. Oh. Oh. Can I sell anything? If I sell my shoes, I can't afford anything. Oh well. We'll come back when we're rich. Oh, Speechcraft's now 6. Good. Friends and foes have them too. This is about... Yep. This is about me going to the cave. I've been told I could practice my skills. Magic shop. We'll come back when we have money. Because right now we spent everything. Vorn. First visit to Morrowind? Yeah. They're touchy about personal honor. Where is the cave? There it is. Okay. First combat. Finally. It's 12 o'clock. Daggerfall, right? Did I accidentally add my music folder to the game, or another mod adds the Daggerfall music? I promise you, I don't think I modded my music. Shit, I'm paralyzed. Let me move. Okay, that's okay. What the? Are you done? What mod modifies the races and give them an infinite paralysis spell? At least, you know, she's staying over there. She's not coming to finish me off. Yes, I'm fighting in the dark. She's dead. Okay. Did I install Dragon Door? Crap, I can't remember. Try again. Try again. Did I install Magicka Regen? Because normally, in my permadeath game... Don't cast a spell, don't cast a spell, don't. In my permadeath game, NPCs get their magicka that regenerates over time, so you can't really go, aha, and then you finish them off, because without their magicka, they're just dead. I think I did put the magicka regen in there, so it works for me, but it works for them as well. At least he didn't try to paralyze me. How is that? Treated Netch boots. 5-8. That's better. Ring of Sparks. Where do you come from? This is such a sweet loot. Common robes. And they are blue, they suit me better, and Dire Viper Blade, much better than mine as well. We still don't have a torch though. I'm like, wait, where's everything? Still, we did it. You have to go, Siko. Well, thank you for stopping by. See you maybe on Sunday, maybe next week. Anyway, until then, do take care. Alright, I have installed Sneakers, which is based on an old mod by Kiriel. So when I'm sneaking, I don't have a weapon ready, I don't have a spell ready, and I am not in combat and people cannot see me, then I do regenerate my magicka and my health. Which may be considered cheating, but honestly in vanilla, what I would do is I would go up to the door, I would go rest until healed, and I would come back in. I prefer to go, alright, I'm gonna crouch, I'm gonna catch my breath, and when I'm ready to go, I go. I feel this is more immersive and less, it's not a cheat, but less of an exploit. Alright, let's see if I can sneak up on the last one. She's going to paralyze me. Cow! What is it with the Dunmers? They all have... I don't know, she paralyzed me and then she blew a fireball in my face. End of story. I have a sneaking suspicion. We're gonna check that right now. You can go away. I'm not going to reload. We're gonna check that now. I have a sneaking suspicion that Big Mod also changes the races. Which is why every single Dunmer, even a thief, like a level 1 thief, is able to cast successfully a paralysis spell. That doesn't work. So let me see if my suspicion is correct. Because Big Mod also edited all of the birth signs, but like heavily, and I didn't want that. So do you edit the races? You do not edit the races. So it's got to be another mod that edits the races and gives a paralysis that always works to all of the Dunmers. That's just not good for me. It's not good for me. I really thought it was Big Mod, but then again, I did clean it already. Well, I'll have to go through my small list of mods, less than 200 plugins, at least, and find out who does that, because it's just not fun that every Dunmer can paralyze me like that. Maybe it gets better when I develop my resistances, but hey. Anyway, guys, it's been 3 hours, and unlike Sunday, it's not Sunday. So I'm gonna have to call it a day. I proper Morrowind, yeah, X-Edit would be beautiful. We do have the test 3 view that lets us see things, but then if I could edit things straight away when we spot a problem, that would be really, really nice. Oh, Yorick's Tower is 2008. Technically, I shouldn't have it on my mod list. Oh well. Oh well. I'm gonna make a search. We do have other tools like the plugin conflict detector that lets us see, like, scan a whole bunch of mods to see which one does what. So we'll have that at some point. But for now, I am going to call it a day. Now, I remember on Tuesday when we look for somebody to raid, we don't usually... Oh, lucky! Shakti Bhakti is doing Morrowind. Well, that is lucky indeed. All right. Except, no, it's not Morrowind, it's Daggerfall. That works as well. Let's do that. Let's do that. No, I don't need to hear me twice. Thank you very much. Rotterdam, hello. We're calling it a day. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Right. Let's go. Let's go see a little bit of Daggerfall. Guys, thank you so much for spending your morning or late night with me. I hope to see you on Sunday. We should be doing Morrowind permadeath unless I really want to continue this one. It's possible. Until then, have a good time. All right. And I was going to say something. Yeah, do get the cards. I have those free packs of cards. There should have been links in the chat. I didn't see. Hopefully they were there. Anyway, until then, bye guys. Let's go raid and see some Daggerfall. Bye.
Let's see. What is this? Oh gods! I have been raided. Hello everybody. Thanks incredibly for the raid, Danae. Welcome. My shoutout command is not working. My shoutout command is not working, so I cannot shout you out, unfortunately. But hello and welcome and